Kara. I've got a new pop-up card for you. I have all men here. So I make a lot of guy cards. So it's really fun for me to make something girly. Here is the front. And these cards are small, but they are mighty because when you open it, you get this huge pop-up. So what I need you to do first is to go down in my description and click on the Cricut link. Once you do that, it will put the base of this card onto your Cricut mat and you'll be ready to go. So let's go make it. Here we are on the canvas. First, let's get some colors done here. Here is your envelope. We'll talk about that more when we get on the craft table. The nice thing is it can be cut out of a regular piece of copy paper, but for now, I'm going to move it out of the way. If you do not have this on your canvas, go down in the description. There's a Cricut link there, and click on that, and Cricut will put this on your canvas, and you'll be ready to go. Okay, we are not going to use any of these little squares or this. We're going to do a more free form pop-up. Okay, so we can delete these. Now, this is actually going to be white. If a piece of paper has score lines or pen lines on it, you cannot change the color and edit. You have to go to layers and pick only the piece of paper. Then you're going to go over here, and we're going to make it bright white. Now, these three are all going to be the same color. I don't need layers for a minute. Now, I'm going to drag my finger or my mouse across all three. Go to Edit, go to Color, and we'll just pick a light pink. It doesn't really matter if it matches exactly. There's that. And then this guy, we're going to have to go back into Layers, find his square, and then he is going to be the light lavender. There we go. Now we need to get our images. We're going to go over here to Images. And then if you have never done a image by the code number, everything starts with a hashtag capital M. Your cover unicorn is 3BF75BC7C. As you can see, I've put you a whole list on here. There we go. You're going to click on that. It puts it down here at the bottom by Add. Get all 4 of your images on there and then hit Add, and it will put it on your canvas. And from here on, I am going to fast forward through this, and I will meet you over the canvas. Okay, here we are on the canvas. Let's get our stuff out of the way. First, let's do our cover. This is going to be your mat. We need a white rectangle that will go over it. So you're going to go to Shapes and hit Square. There we go. And then you're going to go to Edit. You're going to unlock this button between height and width, and it's going to be 3 inches wide by 4.25 high. And we need to change the color to the bright white. There we go. There is our mat. Okay. Okay, I'm going to make this a little big. Now, we are not going to be changing a whole lot of colors here. As a matter of fact, this guy stays exactly the same. And his size is, first you got to relock that button between width and height. And then he's going to be 3 inches. There we go. When this happens, you go over here in Edit to Arrange. And I'm going to hit Bring to Front. We're going to put him right in the middle. And there you go. Look, your cover's already done. Quick and easy. Okay, now this little guy, I ended up not using his stars and heart, but of course you're more than welcome to. He is going to be 2 inches wide. There we go. And since we only have 4 images, let's go ahead and change his colors. Let's go into layers. So first, this guy's going to be the bright white. There we go. This guy is going to be the light lavender, which I think we've already got. And I am going to change to this one. We are going to make sure they're all exactly the same. And then the unicorn horns I'm using on here, on all of these, are going to be like a real light yellow. Okay, this goes, okay, here's this. And then these two go here. And this guy goes right here at the bottom. So you still have plenty of room to side. Okay, whoops. Okay, I'm going to put him over here out of the way. Okay, and your stars. These are actually the right size, if you can believe that one. Now, we are going to go into actions and ungroup. And what this does is this is going to split it into its different colors. Do you see that? And we're going to change that. So, this yellow, we're going to go in here and change it to the same light yellow. Okay. Let's see, the green is going to be the super light green right here. And we've got, okay, and then we've got a light blue instead of this bright, bright turquoise blue. I'm just going to pick one. There we go. And we, like I said, we're going to change all these colors. The red will change to our pink, which is this one. Okay, and our purple will change to lavender. This one right here. There we go. Now we've got all of our different stars. They're going to match. Oh, the orange. The orange I changed also to the light yellow. I needed that for contrast. Okay, we need to ungroup some of these just so we can make our pop-up. Okay, and I'm going to show you a quick and easy way. These will not ungroup. If you go to actions, you see that ungroup is still gray. It's just the way that Cricut works. So I'm going to show you how to slice something out that you don't want. We're going to pick a square. It doesn't matter what size or anything, as long as it covers one of these stars. You're going to cover one of the stars, and then you're going to drag your finger or your mouse across and hit all of them. Then you're going to hit slice. Okay, so now you have these that are separate. We're still going to make them and all that. We just need them to do our pop-up. So first, the pop-up unicorns are going to be 1.5 inches wide. So let's go ahead and get that sized, 1.5. There we go. And then we are going to duplicate that. And we need it to be turned so it can be facing inside. So you're going to go back to edit. You're going to go over here to all the way to the right where it says horizontal and vertical. We're going to hit horizontal. And that changes them. So there we go. So now we need to get our words. The have a magical birthday. So you're going to hit text. We're going to do these in 2 separate lines. So the first is have, capital A. Okay, now, then we're going to go down here and we're going to change our font. And we're doing Arab brushstroke, so I'm going to put in Arab brushstroke regular right there. There. Now, that's changed. All of these are going to be 1 inch high. So go over here to your height and do 1 inch. There we go. Now we're going to do another one, and it's going to say magical capital birthday exclamation point. Okay, and then we're going to do the exact same thing. This should already be up and pop up for you. Here we've got your magical birthday. This one is going to have to be bigger because you've got the G and the Y. So this is going to be 1.25. And that will give you your exact size. Now, what we need to do is get these in the middle. Okay, you're going to want, wait, you know what? It's going to be easier if I get down here. Okay, because everything else is interfering here. What we want is this little line in between the two. Did you see that? I'm going to do it one more time. You're going to watch the purple line, and when it gets right there, then you know that you have it. And then I'm going to bring it up. There we go. And group them. Okay, there we go. There is your thing. So now what I need to do, these are my individual stars, and I still need to cut them out. So I'm going to leave them, but we need a few because we're going to do an offset to make this. So first, we're going to duplicate this. We need a big one on either side. I'm going to turn it a little bit. And we're going to need 2 more of these small ones. Actually, we're going to 2 for each side. So I'm going to 1, 2, 3. There we go. Now we're probably going to end up moving these around a little bit. It's not a big deal. I'm just kind of getting them up here where we can put them so we can make our offset. And then our little unicorn guys are going to go right here. Okay, and they're going to stay pretty much, you know, up and down. When this happens, I need them up front. So I am going to bring to front. There we go. Now, let me zoom in here and get these all settled where they go. Okay, this guy needs to go back a little ways. He's actually all the way over here to where the end of his mane is right over the A. And it's going to be the same for this guy. And then this guy here is, this other unicorn is going to be the same way. We're going to move him over so he's right above the A. There we go. Then the stars, they're going to come out just a little bit like this. Then let's put one right here. And one right here. Of course, these are all going to be different colors once we get on the craft table. Okay, there's that one. Let me move this out of the way. Put one up here. Put one down here. I'm going to move them up a little bit. They're actually a little bit behind there. There we go. Let's put this guy back where he goes. Over the A. There we go. Just like that. Do you see that? I'm going to move your cover up out of the way. Now, next thing we need to do is we're going to drag our mouse or our finger and group this. So, let's do the offset. Let's go to Edit and Offset. Oh, look at that. Okay, for me, that's a little too thick. I'm going to bring it closer in, so I'm just going to drag this along. And this is a personal thing for you. So I'm going to make it a little tiny bigger. That's it right there. Now mine is at 0.566. Yours may be different. It doesn't matter. Okay, then because we're going to change the size and all that stuff. So that's a personal thing. So I'm going to hit done. Okay, and this is going to be that same purple that the one up that this is. See it? Okay. Now we need to change. Okay, then you're going to first we're going to group all this together so we can change its sizes. And now it's 11.17 by 4. So first, don't unlock it. Let's change it to 10 and see what happens. Okay, see? So it's a little too high. We need to change that to 3. So I'm going to unlock it and we're going to change it to 3. There we go. Just like that. How easy was that? So we've got our, yep, I thought all of this was grouped up together. Sorry about that. Okay, so here's your base. Your pop-up is going to go right in the middle there. Now you are set. I've got a couple of favors to ask. First, I need you to put a few things together. Both of these unicorns not your writing, just the unicorns. Go ahead and put them together. Whoops, I almost forgot something. First, I'm going to put this up here. I'm going to move this guy out of the way. Then I'm going to ungroup this because I just want the purple. Okay, so I want you to set your canvas to 0, 0. You see up here in this far corner, you see how we've got it down to 0, 0, and then we're going to zoom in. We need to put some score lines on this really quick. So we've got it down to the right size, it's 10 inches, and we are going to need 3 score lines. So you're going to go into shapes and you're going to hit this line button right here. And as you can see, it's already a score line. We know this is 3 inches high, so I'm going to change this to 3 inches. First one is going to go at 5 inches, right in the middle and half. And see how the lines are going off? That doesn't matter. The machine scores first and then cuts later. So you're good to go. Now we are going to duplicate. One of these is going to go at 7.5, and one of these is going to go at 2.5. I'm going to set that right there for now, and then I'm going to get up high and make sure that I've got it right on my line. There we go. We're going to set it right at 7.5, right there. And then on this one, we're going to do the exact same thing, only we're going to be at 2.5, and that looks very close. So once you get all 3 of those, you're going to drag your finger or your mouse. You're going to collect all of those, and then right down here, the paper clip that says attach, you're going to hit that. Boom, there's your score line. Just get these unicorns put together, and once we get on the craft table, it'll make it a lot easier. So we have one more thing to do. We're going to sync all of our colors. Okay, you've got your black. Okay, we're going to change all the light blues to the same light blue. We're going to have one kind of greenish aqua color. Okay, so let's put these all down with the stars. 2. All of our purples need to be the same purple. Okay, the pinks. Hey, let's pick this part of the unicorn. He's a prettier pink than what we had picked, isn't he? It doesn't matter. You just want to make sure all of your pinks are the same. Same here. This is kind of an orangey pink. It goes into the regular pink. And then all of our background pieces, the other stars, and then our 3 background pieces. And we'll make them all this pretty. Pink. There we go. Okay, now we got all our pink done. Yellow, all of our horns and all of our stars are all going to be the same yellow. Not all of our stars, all of our yellow stars. There we go. I think we might have it done. You've got your white, light yellow, pink, light lavender, light green, light blue, and black. So you're set. So go cut all this out, and I will meet you over at the craft table, and we'll get it put together. Okay, guys, here we are on the craft table. First tip, I separate everything onto different paper plates so I can kind of keep track of everything. Normally, I would leave these letters on the mat and just take them off one by one, but of course, we need to do this one together, so thank you for putting together my little unicorn, guys. And let's see. Oh, I used our glitter glue. I buy the larger refill with the smaller and this little bitty tip. It's really good paper to paper glue. It dries really fast. A little bit goes a very long way. Okay, envelope. This is a larger envelope. Your envelope for this is able to be cut out of an 8.5 by 11 sheet of copy paper if you want. So first, let's go ahead and get our cover done. We're not going to glue it onto the actual card yet, but we're going to go ahead and get it done. Okay, so we have all these pieces for our cover. Okay, the easiest thing for us to do is to go ahead and start with the top of the unicorn horn. Now, it's going to be closer to the top than the bottom of the unicorn because we kind of want the face right in the middle. So first, let's do this little tiny bitty piece. It starts about a 1/4 inch down, and we're going to have to make sure that it's straight. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to be brave. Obviously, this is not straight. Where did my old Cricut tool go? I've got to swing this around so it's straight. Now, from now on, all of this is going to be easy. So let's finish doing our horn. And of course, it fits right up in here. Just like that, with a little gap in between. So I wanted to make sure that it, you know, I was here to exactly show you how to put this guy together. So let's put this guy. I'm trying to keep my head out of your video. Okay, and he's got one more little piece. The horn and the hair will be right, or the, what do they call that on a horse? Forelock? Just like that. There you go. Look at that. You got your unicorn horn. We need the blue first. Okay, you need the little tiny piece up here. Okay. Okay. I'm going to turn this sideways so I can see better. And try not to get my head in your video. Okay, we're going to go a little bit past, not much, just a little bit past where the horn is. You see how this one is flat right here? It's going to continue that curve. So as long as you get this flat part right here to match like that, see? Then you know you've got it in the right spot. Okay, so I'm going to put it in here. Let's do the purple. Okay, and of course it snugs right up here with those. Look at that. Now you've got unicorn hair. Okay, now ears. Let's do these the big black ones parts first, and then we'll put the pinks on the inside. There we go. That looks good, huh? Okay, I'm going to pull this off. Okay, it looks like it's pretty close. About right there. That looks pretty good. What do you think? Okay, if you've got yours, let me show you. If you have these little tiny tips, you can kind of sneak up under it. Put in a dot of glue right there. Get it glued down, and then come back. I moved mine a little bit. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's a handmade card. That's part of its charm. And now I'm holding onto this, and I'm going back up underneath and throwing some glue in there. It's going to smush it down. There you go. Just like that. Let's get our middles of our ears done. Okay, here's this one. The bottom is going to be a little bit higher than the ends of the black. Okay, now let's get this one in here, and I'm going to pick mine up a little bit to make sure I'm getting it even. It's good, doesn't it? Okay, here's our eyelashes, and they're going to point to the outside like this. Okay, this one is just above the pink. Okay, I'm going to pick this up so I can see exactly what I'm doing. I normally do everything while I am standing up so I can look down on it. Now, you just want to get your eyes even. Okay, mine looks pretty good. What do you think? Now, we just need to get these stars on the cheeks done. Okay, well, not on the cheeks. They're right here on the outside of the eyes. And if you don't want to put them on there, you don't have to. Totally your decision. Once you get this done and you know that you did it right, you didn't make a mistake, we can put this white square onto one of your pink squares. This should go about 1/4 of an inch all the way around. Oh, there is your unicorn cover, but we are not going to attach it to the card. Let's go ahead and get the inside of our card ready. Okay. And this will be easy. It's just these two pieces of pink. And they're going to be the exact same 1/4 inch all the way around. Okay, so let's get these on real quick. We'll go super fast. Same thing up here, about 1/4 inch. Should be pretty even all the way around. There you go, just like that. Okay, now let's get our mechanism for our pop-up fixed. And once we do that, while it's drying, then we'll start working on our pop-up. Okay, you should have a rectangle piece of purple paper, and it has scores and an X and a cross long ways. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and fold this. First, one diagonal line. It's easier for me to put my fingernails in the score lines and get it started. Okay, you're gonna fold and then fold it all the way down. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing on this side. Put my fingernails in there. I don't know where I picked up that tip, but it helps me a lot. There we go. You've got both of your X's. We're going to go ahead and fold these out because that's how they're going to end up. Let's get both of these. There we go. Now, these long, we're going to fold it straight towards us. Okay, down in there, just like that. See that? Okay, now I'm going to put your finger right here in the middle and push up a little bit. Easy, easy. Now, see how that did? You see these two triangles? That's exactly what you want. Now, we are going to squeeze on these sides, and we're going to squeeze it down to a house shape. Okay, so you keep squeezing, keep squeezing, keep squeezing, and it's going to come down to a house shape. And you're going to fold, make sure everything's good and folded. There we go. Now, this is your mechanism for your pop-up. Okay, so first you need to figure out if you're in the middle. This way. So I'm looking at the pink. We are going to put glue only on the triangle. Okay, and you want to make sure you get really good along the edges. This is what's going to hold your pop-up up. Pop-up up. My son would think that is very funny. I have an special needs adult son, and he is all about puns. So I know I've got it in the middle here, but I don't have it straight. There we go, just like that. Do you see that? But I also want to make sure before the glue dries that I have it as far up into that fold as I possibly can get it. Okay, there. Do you see that? Okay, now we're going to glue this triangle, and this one's a lot easier. So, and you'll see you have wet glue, so you need to make sure that you leave this open for a while. Make sure all your glue dries before you either close the card or you put it in your envelope. You don't want to glue it to itself or to the inside of your envelope. Okay, you ready? You're just going to close the card. That's all you're going to do. So hold this down and then boom. Just like that. And I'm going to push it and make sure that it's good and in there. And there you go. Look at that. Let's set this aside. We're going to let it dry. These are you're going to fold it down in the middle and up on either side. It's easier to get it folded now than later. Okay, there we go. Oh, you should have 2 of these big green stars or aqua or whatever color that you picked. Okay, and it is going to go over here. I forgot. I need to show you, don't I? Let's do the pink and yellow. They're just a little bitty, and they're just going to kind of hang out over here on the side. None of this is exact, nor does it need to be. So you can fix this up however you want. On the other side, then we'll get our unicorns fixed. This one, the star is going to go down a little bit farther. And so your offset that we made may be a little bit different. These guys kind of bend in a little bit like this. Let's get these guys glued on. I had only boys, and they are grown, but they have not gotten married or had, well, the younger one won't be getting married or having children. He's a special needs guy. But so I am loving making little girl stuff because I never got to do it. Okay, I'm going to pull this one a little bit because we kind of want him even. Now we've got everything ready for our letters. I always start from the inside out. Okay, so let's start with the birthday. B is just to the right of the score line. So let's go about 1/4 of an inch up. Okay, let's get this guy on here. This part right here is going to be the most tedious part, basically because we're doing this letter by letter. Now, some of these, and I'm going to go ahead and put this V on just because I know exactly where it goes, and it'll be make it a lot easier for me. I don't have to keep checking back on our, okay, this is pretty much right in the middle. Okay, just like that. When you're done, you need to make sure that you fold it. Okay, because we want, this has got to fold up to fit in your card. There we go, just like that. Now, it's going to be easy. Now that you've got your middle ones done, you shouldn't have any trouble getting the rest of your letters spaced out. I'm going to fast forward through the rest of this because you don't need to watch me glue all these different letters together. Look at that. Now, we're going to double check and make sure that it folds again. We did the D. We did the G. See, now it's holding better. And we did the V. So look, just like that. There we go. Look at that. You're done. Wow, you are doing such a good job. Now, you're going to make this as flat as you can. It's not going to be completely flat. This is going to line up right here with your crisscross. So you want it right in the middle. We are going to trim some of this off so you're not going to see it. So I am only going to line it up with the top. Oh, I'm going to put this in the middle. There we go. Got it right in the middle, just like that. Okay, I'm going to put it up as high as I like it, which is about right there. Then I'm going to hold it all down, flip this over, and we are going to glue on this square. Okay, now I wouldn't go all the way up just because you don't want, you know, any of it to show, but you're going to stop where the middle fold is. Okay, there we go, just like that. And then you will unfold it and smooth it down. Now, we're going to go on the other side. Now, you're going to want to make it as flat as you possibly can. This time we're doing the bottom square. Okay, now you see where there isn't anything right here. So we're going to go up a little bit and kind of angle up here. Stop the fold. There we go, just like that. Because we're going to trim some of this off. Okay, there you go. Now, you're just going to smooth it down flat. So I'm going to give it a minute to dry. Okay, and then we're going to test it to make sure that it's going to fit in our card. And look at that. Now, once yours gets dried enough and you're able to bend it so it folds in, look at that. Look what you did. Then you're going to want to do it a bunch of times and just kind of get it used to what it's supposed to be doing. Just do it a few now. Once it gets really dry, then you can do it a bunch more. Okay, next is this little guy. Isn't he cute? You are really close to being done. I told you this wasn't hard. It looks hard, not hard. Okay. There we go. And he's just going to hang out down on this corner. Let's get our stars at the top. Let's put the bigger stars on first. And this is totally up to you on, you know, where you want to put them. There we go. Now go the next size down. You should have a green one, and we want to make sure that we don't have to put it next to the other green one. So let's put it over here. I'm going to put it on this side. Okay, look at that. You got the whole inside done. Let's double check our closing. Not too much though, because this is all still wet. Okay. So look at that. Look how easy that does. So once it gets good and dry, I'm going to sit here and do this about 10 times. And it just gets the paper used to doing what it's supposed to do. So now let's get our cover on. So we're going to do this really fast because we don't want to keep it folded up because it is still wet. So let's make sure I get my corners. I know I say that all the time. I need to stop doing that, huh? Okay, now you don't want to leave this closed very long, but we're going to close it long enough to put our cover on. Okay, and again, you've got about 1/4 of an inch all the way around. Make sure I got it straight. And look at that. Okay, now that we've got the cover on, we've got one more thing to do. Okay, I don't like these big squares showing down here. It's just a me thing. And if you're the same way, let me show you. If you don't mind them, just leave them, but I don't like them. I'm going to cut from just under here all the way to the edge of my triangle. Okay, so I'm going to get up under here with my scissors, and I'm going to cut right down to the triangle. There, like that. It's not going to matter any to your actual mechanism of your card. Okay, there we go. Now, do you see how much better that looks and why I wasn't concerned? There, look at that. You did it. Look what you made. I am so proud of you. You did a great job. And I hope whoever's getting this card loves it. I'm sure she will.